Hi, I'm Bob Rubin with your 401ksource.com. In this video, we're going to go in depth on each type of safe harbor plan. We will review the advantages and potential downsides of safe harbor. Think of this video as a quick, in-depth, 2-minute dive on safe harbor. Now, whether a company has 10 employees, 50 or 500, problems can occur when your highly compensated employees want to contribute to their 401ks at a higher rate than their respective non-highly compensated employee counterparts. Your plan can fail multiple discrimination tests like the annual deferral percentage, ADP, or annual contribution percentage, ACP test. Or it can still be deemed top-heavy, which you also then would fail the test. By adopting a safe harbor provision, you're waiving the need to comply with most of all these tests, specifically the ADP and the ACP test. When you first begin to set up your safe harbor, you have to choose from one of the three following types of contribution methods, either a basic, an enhanced, or a non-elective. Now, the first is the basic. The basic safe harbor is where the employer matches the employee's deferral by 100% up to 3% of that employee's salary, followed by a 50% match for the next two, so that'd be a total of 4%. An employer contribution is mandatory to receive this match. If an employee does not contribute, then there is no match. The second is the enhanced, which is similar to the basic, and that is where the employer matches 100% of a minimum of 4% of their employee's salary with a max of 6%. Now, an employee contribution is also mandatory to receive this match. Now, last is the non-elective contribution. This is where the employer contributes 100% of 3% to every employee, regardless of if that employee makes any contributions. Now, there are many advantages offered by the safe harbor, one of which is that the safe harbor plans are exempt from most, but not all, compliance testing, specifically the ADP and the ACP test, and sometimes the top-heavy test. However, safe harbor plans can still be deemed top-heavy if the employer has another provision in place, such as a profit-sharing component or a defined benefit plan. Now, this leads us on to the next benefit, which is personally the one that I see most business owners take advantage of, and that is the ability to maximize your contributions because of safe harbor. As I previously mentioned, safe harbor automatically bypasses most compliance testing. So let's say you have a non-elective safe harbor plan and a lot of your non-highly compensated employees are not participating. Now, ordinarily, this would prevent you and your highly compensated employees from making maximum contributions due to the discrimination test and the fact that you'd fail it. But since the safe harbor bypasses those discrimination tests, since you're already contributing the 3% of your employees' salaries for them, this would allow you and your highly compensated employees to contribute the maximum amount for themselves. So if your company's 401k plan recently failed non-discrimination testing or a compliance test, you can elect a safe harbor provision to help bypass those tests for the next year. Now, if your company's highly compensated employees wanted to maximize their contribution, but they can't because of a low participation rate or risk the plan being deemed top-heavy, a safe harbor provision will allow the owners and highly compensated employees to maximize their contributions. Now, another benefit is taxes and employee incentive. Any type of match or contribution made for your employee is tax deductible for you and tax-free for your employee. Now, the generous match required by the safe harbor incentivizes your employees to make deferrals to take advantage of the company match. And it will also help with recruiting and retaining higher tier talent in the long run for your business. Now, while safe harbor provides some advantages, there are two distinct, very important downsides to them. So the first is the vesting. When you make contributions on your employee's behalf, they are vested immediately from day one, meaning that employee can leave your company tomorrow and then take that money with them. The second downside is the cost. Since there are required contributions on the side of the employer, the expenses could run high depending on your payroll. Your cash flow may also be unpredictable because you don't know for sure who will participate in the plan or how much you're going to have to contribute. But this all depends on the type of safe harbor provision you have implemented. At your401ksource.com, we are experts in calculating the long-term costs and benefits for business owners thinking about implementing a safe harbor plan. Now, we are more than happy to work with your clients and help them determine if a safe harbor is right for their business. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us or have your client email us at info@your401ksource.com.